Hurricane Harvey stormed ashore and washed through the nation's fourth largest city, dropping a record 52 inches of rain in a short span of days. The deluge made for widespread flooding, which was followed by hundreds of rescue operations carried out by a combination of military, law enforcement, and neighborhood friends.
I told my wife I have to go help.
We're now also dealing with catastrophic conditions in southeast Texas, and those conditions are a threat to life and property.
The Category 4 hurricane has taken more than 35 lives, and many more are reported as missing. Damage estimates to property alone have rolled over $180 million, as 100,000 homes have been reported as damaged. President Trump visited midweek as the devastating hurricane turned into a tropical depression.
And I just want to say that working with the governor and his entire team has been an honor for us.
Vice President Pence surveyed damage as the week came to an end.
The American people and the world have been transfixed with the images of destruction and suffering, and the resilience of the people of Texas and Louisiana as Hurricane Harvey has battered that state.
This refinery in Port Arthur, Texas, was submerged under floodwaters. 1/4 of the country's gasoline refining capacity, about 4.4 million barrels a day, was taken offline by the storm. The U.S. government had to tap oil reserves for the first time in 5 years. Infrastructure repairs could take months. Farmers and ranchers moved cattle to higher ground before the storm began, and later assessed damage as the storm blew through on its way to points northeast. Texas leads the nation in cattle and cotton production, with 1 of every 7 jobs related to agriculture. Lone Star State agriculture officials say hundreds of cotton modules were blown apart by gale force winds, and many more were lying in wet fields and gin yards. Rice producers had already harvested 75% of the Texas crop, and the U.S. Rice Producers Association says the rest of the crop was destroyed. There is no official word on the number of cattle killed by the storm and its aftermath. The president had already laid the groundwork for relief by issuing a disaster declaration just as Harvey made landfall late last week. USDA officials were spreading the word to farmers and ranchers about eligibility for disaster recovery programs focused on losses to cattle or crops. The U.S. House is expected to act quickly to provide relief for those affected by the storm. Rain is expected to fall for a few more days across parts of the South as the tropical depression weakens. For Market to Market, I'm David Miller.